Hi there. So people have been asking me for the video for my cloud hat and for my flower hat. So what I'm doing today is I was going to actually try and make a video showing the entire process, but it was over an hour. So today I'm just going to be showing how to make the basic video in this video. And then I'm going to put a link below because I already do have how to make this little flower as a separate video on my channel here. So I'm going to put a link below in the description on how you can make the flower if you want to make a flower hat. I just put 4 on here, but you can put as many flowers as you like. And also, I'm going to make a separate video for the clouds that I'm going to link below, that if you want to make the cloud version, you can do that. So this video is going to have how to make the actual basic beanie. Then I'm going to have links to how to make the cloud or links to how to make the flower. And I'm going to have a second video as well about the bucket hat, how to put the clouds on and how to attach them, okay? And it would be the same technique if you were going to do the flowers. So I just didn't want to have an hour-long video, so this is an explanation. This video is actually how to just make the basic beanie, and then you can go away and make whatever appliques you want to put on. You might want clouds and flowers, who knows? That's your creative decision, okay? So thanks for joining me today, and please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make a basic bucket hat today, and this is the one that I'm going to be putting clouds on. So I've got some beautiful, this is called Jade. It's sort of a turquoisey color. This is a Red Heart Comfort yarn. It's a number 4 weight worsted. So that's what I'm going to be using for the body of the hat. You need a 5mm crochet hook, and you need a yarn needle and a pair of scissors. So as always, we're going to start with a slip knot. I wrap it around my finger twice and pinch it, pull the yarn over, pull the yarn over, and slip your knot, your hook in there, and you've got your slip knot. So you can start this with a magic ring or a magic circle, or you can just chain 3 and make a little loop. Chain 3, slip stitch into the first chain, and you've got a little loop. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. Okay, and we're going to make 11 double crochets into the little ring that we've got here. Just have to look for it. There it is. So we're going to make 11 double crochets. 1 double crochets, yarn over into the hole there in the middle, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull it through 2. Okay, so that's 2. We've made 2. Yarn over, pull it through 2, pull it through 2. The first chain 2, we're just going to let that be. We're going to make 11. We're going to count 11 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to yarn over again into the same little hole there. Put your finger there. Kind of pull it tight so you can get into that hole all the time. You want to be going into the same hole, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's pull myself some yarn here. There's the hole. 9, 10. I always twist it to grab the yarn and turn my hook. I think that's 11. Let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, we've got one more to make. It's hard to talk and count at the same time. Okay, so here we go. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to join to the top of that chain 2 where we started out. So that we've joined it all together and we have a little circle like this. We're going to chain 2. And look at our pretty little circle. Okay, this is the top of the hat, the crown of the hat, the part that's at the top of your head. And we're going to be working out in circles, getting bigger and bigger each time, because we're going to be increasing in each row of the crown, but we increase at a different amount. Okay, so right now we are going to count that 2 chains at the beginning as a double crochet stitch. So we're going to go round here and do 2 double crochets into each stitch. Okay, so we're going to go right into the base of where we just chained 2, right there, because that's where we had the chain. This is our first double crochet that we did. This was our chain 2. So we're going to go right into there, and we're going to do 2 double crochets into that base of that chain 2. And then we're going to go into the first stitch here. So this is 2, this is 3, 4. And then we're going to go into the next stitch. 5, 6, 2 stitches into each stitch going around here. And then into the next stitch. We go underneath those 2, right? 7, 8. All the way around, going 2 stitches into each of these V's, each of those stitches, making sure that you're going right under both of the legs in the V, okay? And we should end up with 24. So I'll meet you at the end. So when you finished your round and you want to count, you'll see you've got a V. You've got 1 double crochet, 2 going into that 1 stitch. So there's a V. So that's 2 stitches. Here's another V. You can see how it comes down. They're both made into the 1 stitch. So you can check to make sure you're good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. And so I need to make 2 more into the last stitch here. This makes 24. And then we're going to join it to the top of this chain 2. And what we've got then is we have this chain 2 going up, and this is going to go up all the way. It doesn't count as a stitch now. We're going to just count these 2 going into each of these V's. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So I've chained 2. So now what we're going to do for the next round is we are actually going to do 2 double crochet into the first stitch and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to go into the first stitch. We're going to go 2 double crochet. And 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then 2 double crochet into the next stitch. That's 2 double crochet into that 1 stitch, and now we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And this is our pattern. 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Oh my goodness. And 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Then into the next one, 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Sorry for going so fast. I got a bit speeded up there. Okay, now we're going to go 1 and 2. All the way around. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end. So here we are at the end. So we've got to do 2 double crochet. There's 2 stitches left. 2 double crochet into this one. 1, 2, and 1 double crochet into the last one. And 1 and slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. There we go, and chain 2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 double crochet into this first stitch, and then we are going to do 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. 1, and then in the next one we're going to put 1, and then we're going to do 2 double crochet into the next stitch, both into the same stitch. All right, now you can see what the pattern's going to be. We're going to do a double crochet into one stitch, a double crochet into the second. So there's always going to be 2 double crochets into individual rows, stitches, until we get to our 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Right, now a double crochet in that one, a double crochet in that one, only 1 in the next 2 stitches, 1 and then 1, and then we're going to do 2. And if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry, and just stop your video so you can see what I'm doing and repeat it if you need to. I have to do that on some of the tutorials that I follow on YouTube as well. So yes, so that's what we're going to do. A single crochet in each of the next 2, 1, 2, and then a double 2 crochets into the 1 stitch. 2 single, single, then 2 into the 1 stitch, single, single, 2 into the 1 stitch, always working in double crochet. When we get to the end of this round, we should have 48 double crochet. And here we are at the end, and we've got 1, 2, 3 stitches there. I've just done a double 2 into 1 stitch, a single, a double crochet into a single stitch, a double crochet into a single stitch. Now we're going to do 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet in there, and 2 double crochet in there, and then a single in this one, and a single in the next one. And we join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 2. And now we should have 48. And do you know how to count the stitches? You just go around and count each of those V's, or you can alternatively, you can actually count each stitch if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that way. So it's up to you, but we need 48. So now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to be working on 1, 2, 3, 4, round 5, okay? And this one is where we do a single crochet into the first stitch, and then we do a double crochet into the first stitch, and then a double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, okay? So here we go. Two there, and then double crochet into each of the next 3. 2 and 3. Okay, and then a double crochet, 2 double crochets into the next one, and then a double crochet into each of the next 3. And we're going to follow that pattern all the way around. 2 double crochet into the next stitch, a double crochet, and a double crochet to the next 3 stitches. Make sure you're always doing 3 stitches in between your 2. There you can see the double, 1, 2, 3 single, 3 single stitches into each row. There's another double, 1, 2, 3, a double, 1, 2, 3. So now we're ready to do 2 double crochets into the next stitch, 1, 2, and then a double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Okay, so that's all the way around, and you'll be going up another 12. And here we are at the end of round 5, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches there. So, oh no, sorry, I've done the 2 here. I've actually done 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 there. So we've got 1, 2, 3 stitches. That one doesn't count, of course. So here we go. 1, our last 3 double crochets into each of the individual stitches there. Okay. And we join it to the top of the chain 2. And I'm just going to chain 1, and I'll tell you why. So this is the round that's got 60 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th round. Okay, so if we count our stitches, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 60. Okay, now what we're doing, that is the crown. This is what the crown looks like. It lays nice and flat, and that is the top of the bucket hat. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the sides of the bucket hat. What I like to do to differentiate the difference between the top and the sides is I do a single crochet back loop only round, and that sort of gives us a little edge that differentiates where the top of the hat is and the side of the hat. So to do a single crochet back loop only, you just have to chain 1 and then you single crochet into the back loop only of the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to turn it like this so you can see that all of these V's on the top of each stitch, right? There's 2, and there's a front one. That's the front one, and there's a back one, and we are just going to make our single crochet into that back one. Okay, right? I've left that chain one to bits. I think I'm going to do that again because this chain one is a bit much there. Okay, we're going to just go straight in and do it there. Okay, and we're going to go into the next one, and we're going to not go in the front. We're not going to go through them both. We're not going to go through the front. We're going to go into the back one and do a single crochet where you just wrap it over and pull it through. We're not going to wrap it over before we put it in. We're going to put the hook straight in to the back loop only and do a single crochet, and into the next one, not the front, into the back. And you can really see it if you just turn it upwards a bit. If you're looking like this, it's a bit hard to see it. Turn it towards yourself and just single crochet into the back loop only. In, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, pull it through the 2. And we are going to work all the way around. I like to kind of swoop my hook into the thing, pick up your loop, pull it through, yarn over and pull it through. All the way around. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of this one, and we will have 60 single crochet back loop only stitches. So here we are at the end, so I'm just going to do a single crochet back loop only there into that back loop, and I'm going to go through the 2 at the top of the chain 1 and slip stitch it together, and I'm going to chain 2. Now you can see chain 2. Okay, I'm going to pull it loose. So you can see how it's already starting to turn because we didn't increase. So that's going to be starting to create the sides of our hat. But you'll also see by doing this, we've got this nice little ridge that's going to separate the sides, because the sides are going to go down and the top is going to stay flat at the top. So that's a nice little trick you can do when you're making a bucket hat. The other thing is, if you wanted, this is for a regular ladies or teen hat. If you want to make a bigger one, then you can do another round, and you would just do 2 double crochets into 1 stitch and then 4 into each, you know, double crochet into each of the next 4, and then do a double, and then into each of the next 4, and then do 2 into 1 and do it that way. But I'm going to stay with this size because this is the size that works well for me at the market. It's the average size. Okay, but if you have a bigger head, or someone who you know has a bigger head, you can always go an extra round. Okay, and then it carries on pretty much the same from there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to start to work down the sides. So we're going to count, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitch rows. This is row 6. And now we're going to row 7, which is going to be the first row of the side of the hat, which is double crochet. We've chained 2, and we're going to double crochet into each stitch around, which is going to be 60 stitches. Okay, so we're going to do that. Double crochet, and when we're going into each, we're going to go underneath both of those V's, okay, legs of the V. 1, 2, all the way around until you've got 60 stitches. All right, I'll meet you at the end. So here we are at the end. I've just done my final double crochet into my last stitch there, and we'll count our stitches. We don't count the chain 2 at the beginning. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 60. So we finished 60, and now we're going to join it to the top of the chain 2 with a slip stitch and chain 2. Now I'll stop and show you how it's looking. So here we go. We've got the top of the hat, top of the bucket hat. We've got that nice row of back loop only that separates it out with a single crochet row. And now we're working on double crochet rows, and we're going to be creating the side of the hat. So that was round 7. We are going to do round 8, 9, 10, and 11, as well as 12. Okay, so we're going to do another, we've just done round 7, so we're going to do 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 5 more rounds of double crochet into every stitch, chaining 2 at the beginning of the round, a double crochet into every stitch, and then we are going to carry on until we've got, essentially, this is row 7, so we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we want 6 rounds of double crochet. Okay, we've done 1, so we've got another 5 to do, and I'll meet you at the end, and then we'll start on the brim. Here I am at the end of the 6th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th row. Since we did the back loop only row, this is the 6th row down the side. So I'm going to do my last double crochet and then crochet, slip stitch into the top of that chain 2. Okay, so there we are. We've got the crown all finished. We've done the back loop only single crochet round, and then we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows down the side. So now we're going to start working on the brim. Okay, so round 1 is, we're going to do, in this time we're going to chain 1, and this time we're going to do a row that's going to divide the body of the hat from the brim. Okay, so instead of doing the back loop only, we are going to do the front loop only, and it's going to be a single crochet. We're going to look at the stitches all the way around there. You see we have a front loop. This is the front loop, and we have the back loop. We worked into the back before, but this time we're working into the front. So you go right in underneath the front like this, and you do your single crochet. Don't put your yarn over, just find your stitch. There's your stitch, and we're going to go right into the front and do a single crochet. And then we're going to look at the next one. We're not going through both. We're just going through the front. And we're going to front loop, single crochet, all the way around our hat, because we're about to start the brim. Okay, so I'll see you at the end. So here we are at the end, and I've just done all of the single crochet into the front loop only, and I'm just going to join it to the top of the chain 1 with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to start on the brim. So for this first round, each round is going to be different, but for this round we are going to chain 2, and then we're going to do 2 double crochet into the first stitch, and then double crochet 1, 2 double crochet into the first stitch, and then do a double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochet into the next stitch. 1, and into the same stitch, 2. and then we're going to do a double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, 2 double crochet into the next one, 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, 2 double crochet into the next one, all the way round. And here we are at the end of the first round of the brim. So we've come to the end, and I'm just going to do 2 double crochets in here, 1, 2, and then a single crochet in each of the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and the last stitch 4. And slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. And we're ready to go with the next round. Okay, so what we're going to do for this run is chain 1, and we're going to work in half double crochets for this round. Okay, and a half double crochet is when you wrap the yarn over, you put it into the next stitch, you pull the yarn through, wrap the yarn over, and pull it through all 3. Okay, so that's a half double crochet. Okay, so for this round, we've chained 1 to start with, okay, and we're going to do 2 half double crochet into this first stitch. 1, 3 loops on the hook, 2, and then we are going to half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, okay? So it's yarn over, put the hook through the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. And 1, 2, yarn over, pull it through, 3 stitches, and then 2 half double crochet into the next one. This is going to make it flare a little bit faster, okay? And then repeat this pattern. So we're going to put half double crochet into each of the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 half double crochet into the next one. 1, and into that same stitch, 2. So we're going to do that all the way around. 3 into each stitch, 1 into each stitch for the next 3 stitches, and then 2 into the next one, all the way around. So here we are at the end of round 2 of round 3 of the brim. Sorry, the first round was the front post single crochet. The second round was the double crochet, and now we're doing the half double crochet. So we're going to do 2. We're just at the end here. So I'll do 2. And then I've got 3 stitches to go into at the end. 3 stitches. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 1. Okay, now we're going to do row 4. On this one, it's going to be a single crochet row. So we've chained 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 double crochet in the first stitch. 1, 2, no yarn over for single crochets, right? 2 single crochets in the first stitch. Then we're going to single crochet into 10 stitches, okay? And then we're going to do 2 double crochet into the next stitch, and then single crochet into 10 stitches, and repeat that all the way around. So I've done 2 single crochets here, so now I'm going to single crochet into 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 2 single crochets into the next, and then single crochet into the next 10, and then 2 single crochet into the next, all the way around. So here I am at the end. I've just done 10, so I'm going to do 2 single crochet in the end there. See, we did 2 crochet back here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've done 2 double crochet in there, and then we can just finish these double crochets off here. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to get those increases in there. And then we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 1. And then the next row we're going to do chain 1 again, chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet into the next 13 stitches around. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 13, and then do 2 single crochets and single crochet into 13 stitches, and then 2 single crochets into the next one all the way around. I am at the end. I've done 9 single crochet, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, and now we join that with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into each stitch till the end. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is how this is starting to look. You can see how the brim has a nice flick out to it, right? It expands. Now if you wanted to, you could make your brim much bigger. You could keep going with this single crochet pattern of doing 2 single crochets and then single crocheting into 15 stitches, and then do 2 single crochet and then single crochet into 15 stitches if you wanted to. Or you could go up one at a time. You could go, this one was 13 single crochets, so you could then do 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet into the next 14 stitches if you want to make your brim longer. I like to end my brim here, so I'm just going to chain 1 and single crochet all the way around, and that's going to be the end of this brim for this hat. Okay, this is a basic hat, and as I say, you can do more rounds in the crown. You could do more rows to make it deeper in the body if you want. This is just my pattern, and it's the same pattern I use for my flower hat. You could put all kinds of different appliques onto this hat, or you could leave it plain. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go and do the single crochet round. Oops, sorry, knocked the camera. Here you can see we're coming up to this bump here where that last single crochet row starts. So we're going to go right down to the end, single crocheting in every stitch. Right up to the end. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 1, and then I'm going to cut the yarn and pull it through. As I say, if you want to have a longer brim, that's up to you. It's perfectly up to you. But now we have our hat. It's got the nice round. I'm going to lift my camera. This is a basic bucket hat, and you can make this to put flowers around the body or cloud. So here's what the hat looks like. I thought I would do a separate little shot for you so you can see what the bucket hat looks like when it's completed. So I hope you like it. It's pretty cute, and it looks really adorable when you wear it. Okay, so I hope you enjoy making a bucket hat.